So, I heard that you responded to an emergency outside of duty after, after I left the military.
Oh
We were
yeah,
in the same unit.
yeah. Um, so that happened in Savannah in October of 2016. Um, yeah, so we were at the Treehouse, which is a bar. Well, I don't know if you know what that is. So we're down there and I'm inside the bar, and I just hear 4 or 5 gunshots go off, and of course I was inebriated. And I looked outside, and there was a guy laying there, and just people were like all crouched down and hidden down. So I ran out there. I probably wouldn't have if I wasn't drunk. And I got out there, and he had got shot in the neck. I mean, I got shot in the arm, and he got shot in the belly. Um, so yeah, just I told somebody to give me their T-shirt and a belt, and I kind of just told the cop to hold pressure till the ambulance got there, and that's really it. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I brought it up because I feel like um, a lot of people normally would not have that reaction. Do you feel like you would have had that reaction before, like say when you were a teenager?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to describe because that's one of those things that like it's back then. I probably not. I mean, and here's the thing: is like after all that stuff. I mean, you go through all that kind of training and stuff within the military, and I think it's just beaten in your head so much that when something like that happens, you don't think twice about it. It
Hmm.
just kind of, what they say, like muscle memory. So okay, I started here, went here, and here, I said it. So, and then after the fact, I was just like, wow, did I really just do that?
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, it was a cool experience. But like I said, probably before, no.
Do you find that there are other things like that that are not as dramatic that you have kind of benefited from in your civilian life? And we can even go back from before the military to like football, right? There are elements of football that are kind of tactical. You used to play football?
Yeah, yep. I think that's more, if anything, decision making and like things that happen in my life now.
Hmm.
Um, I think now I think more about consequences that happen for my actions like now. And I don't know if that's like an adult thing,
Hmm.
or if that is something, but I would say, because I know there are plenty of people that are my age that don't make the correct decisions. And for me, that was something that the army installed like structure in my life. Saying this is what you should be doing with your life, and seeing other people. So it kind of put that structure in my life, gave me some positive male role models to like kind of look up to. So yeah, I would say yeah, a lot of my stuff with my daily life has helped from the military.
Do you and just to explain, when they go through medical training with us, they give us like these acronyms, right? March, uh, massive
Yeah.
bleeding. Um, what's the second one? Airway, uh,
Yeah.
respirations,
Mm-hmm.
circulatory, and I can't remember what H is. Do you happen to remember?
Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage.
Is it hemorrhaging? Yeah, like decap BTLS and stuff like that.
Right. So all these like
Yeah.
little things, and then the basic idea of triage, where you're always kind of prioritizing what's happening in real time, and then picking the most important thing and going with it. For us as medics, it was ID me. Like you look for the person that would benefit the most from your immediate attention, and then you go
Oh yeah, absolutely.
to the next one, and so on. Did you have you found any of that useful in your everyday life? Like just having the
I would I would say yes. Again, like so, what I do now with work is I'm in charge of people. So I have 25, 30 people below me, and there's problems that come at me every day. And a lot of times it's multiple problems at the same time. And I would say in a sense, yeah, and you know, just kind of pick which one needs the most attention and work my way down from there. See which problems can be solved with, you know, a little bit of help and what needs more attention that way. But yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know about you, but over here after COVID, I notice a lot of people are like really scared um, about the things that are happening around them. Do you notice any of that? Have you noticed any of that in your life?
So what's funny with that you say that is, you know, that when COVID first came around the first time with us last year, beginning of the year, you know, it was like the big hype and everything like that. Like this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Things are shutting down. You know, I stay in a very rural part of Georgia. I stay in Long County, which is, you know, a little more south of Hinesville, southeast of Hinesville, so a little more inland. Anyway, so that thing came around, you know, everybody's mask this, mask that. Okay, we're not, don't go in the grocery store, everything like that. Well, fast forward, I've gone back to Ohio and Michigan just recently, and I would tell you that everything is still shut down up there. You know, can't go inside to eat, everything like that. So now bringing it back to Georgia, I feel like now where I stay, again, so rural. If you're wearing a mask, I feel like those people look at you like, wow, this guy's sick. You know, it's like, okay, you know, should I wear the mask or should I not? Well, so during the workplace, I haven't really seen a lot of things happen, you know, this past year. You know, our business has been going crazy. Well, just this past week, we had somebody in our front office test positive for COVID, and one of his guys got it. So that was two people, and one of my guys lives with the other guy. So it turned out that, you know, all four of these people have been tested positive for COVID. So just yesterday, I had 4 or 5 people call in. Oh yeah, I'm not going to come into work. You know, I just don't want to catch it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But they had been interacting with this person for the past week and a half. So scared? Yeah, absolutely. I work in construction to an extent. So a lot of those guys have, you know, older wives that are doing this. They've smoked their whole life. They have underlying issues. So yeah, this past week has been kind of hectic for me for the COVID thing, but it nothing had happened until, you know, Monday. So that's when it really started hitting for us.
Yeah, that's definitely a long period before it started hitting. I can't say that it really has for us here either. I live in another small town in Idaho, so it's similar in the sense that there's not been too much in terms of death, though there has been quite a bit of fear. And I was wondering if you had anything that you would want, you know, to teach your children about dealing with uncertainty and fear or high stress environments in general.
Well, so as of COVID, or just, are you talking about just in general, as in like all high intense?
Just in general.
So my thing is with my kids is that I feel like with myself, I'm very level headed when it comes to stuff like that. And I would try to teach my kids the same thing. You know, do what you need to do to keep yourself safe, but not as much as where you're freaked out, you know, and you can't live your life. Yeah, that's fine. I'll see you Monday. So, yeah, as for that goes, I wouldn't say anything not to change their life at all. My grandma always told me, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. So that's the way I've lived my life, and I wouldn't want them to live it any differently.
And do you feel like that kind of attitude actually allows you to be safer in any way? Because you keep a level head, you can kind of see like a broader array of what's going on if you're not like narrowing in on a fear or something like that.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Not living scared, and it goes along with the whole thing. For the mask thing, I'm not trying to bring it back to COVID, but with that, like, you know, for myself, I don't wear a mask for myself. but I do it out of respect for other people, like going somewhere, because
Mhm.
you don't know. For me, I don't know if there's somebody out there that, has some kind of, compromised immune system, or has,
Right.
or is in contact with that. So I don't want to be that guy that
Mhm.
does that. So when I do go places in public, and I see that, they have a mask required, I do wear a mask, out of the respect for others, just because you don't want to be that guy that's just, it's not hard to throw a mask on,
Yeah.
and it's not hurting me in any way.
Mhm.
So I do that for that, but yeah, really not for myself.
Yeah. I know that a lot of people are upset about wearing masks, but I find it like fairly trivial, after wearing gas masks and like CBRN suits.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
we're it's it does seem like something little that we can do. Um, right before we leave here, is there anything else that you would recommend that people can do to make themselves feel safer uh, in their everyday lives?
It's really all up to the person. I mean, if there's something that you feel comfortable doing, um, I'm not saying don't go outside your comfort zone, because that's when you experience a lot of new things and stuff like that. And how do you know that you don't like it if you haven't tried it?
Mhm.
But then again, if there's something that that you don't like, or that there's something that makes you uncomfortable, why continue to do that thing or surround yourself with that thing? Now I'm a big believer in, like, trying anything once, or, because, how do you know?
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's good that you step out of your comfort zone. But if it's something that makes you very uncomfortable, then I would recommend sticking to what you know and what you love to do.
Mhm.
Something that makes you happy. Continue to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I've tried that I don't like, but there's a lot of things that I've tried that I ended up really enjoying that I thought I would never enjoy. Um, and safety wise, I mean, pandemic or not, again, you just got to be happy with yourself. So that's my big thing on that.